Hello.
Hey Sabrina,
Hello, hello.
how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
All's good. All's good. I see Delos say India. That's Delos still on his daughter's crack screen. And did Brian tell you, Sabrina, that they put those GPSs in our vehicles?
Yeah. He was not none too happy.
Yo, what's up, Delos?
What's up, man? Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
It is.
You killing it.
It is a new year. I love that stuff. But you killing it. Y'all killing it.
You killing it.
Y'all killing it.
Oh yeah.
So Brian, y'all can't sneak off, huh?
Man.
Brian, Gerald, y'all stuck now on the job.
Hey, well, no, not necessarily. We got to let things simmer down. I'm surprised actually that they hadn't done it before. I mean, it's a fleet.
Yeah.
It's a national company, not the mom and pop company that it used to be. But, and we went a whole year before they, before they bought that original company out, and now they put us on the fleet. So they, enterprise fleet. They do the maintenance and all the stuff like that. So what I'm hearing is it's just really about, if you speed or if you slam on the brakes.
That's the premise they're selling it, sir.
My supervisor looked at me, he winked, he said, "I'll let you know as soon as I know." I was like, "That's why you my dude." Hey, because I'm gonna tell you, hello. If it was about a year ago, what, September, August? Man, I got some people in the radio. Man, I had that vehicle all downtown. I was loading stuff around in the back bed. Man,
say, Gerald, you at Home Depot downtown way too much, bruh.
Oh my God.
That's when y'all was redoing the house, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you'd have been in trouble, boy. There he is.
Man,
I go to man, the myth, the legend.
What's up, people?
What's going on, Keith?
What's up, Keith?
Yeah, they found out, man, bro. I had it all up.
That must be Cormisha's laptop. She like 4 feet away from you, G?
No, who's that Galaxy Tab? Is that you, Jeanette?
Nope.
Yeah.
Who is JAS9 Plus?
Me.
That's Jeanette.
Okay.
You on mute? She ain't on mute. That's what it is, the feedback, I think.
Oh, yeah, the echo.
Mm-hmm. Y'all been down to the lake?
Huh?
Y'all been kicking it at the lake?
I haven't been down. Well, Jamil went 2 weeks ago. I ain't been down there because I got some stuff. I'm this little spot over here in the basement. I'm gonna go ahead and redo it right quick for the kids. I got one child trying to paint tennis shoes, and then the other one trying to make soap. She got a beauty company that she say she need to get off the ground before she go to high school because she ain't working for nobody when she get older.
Okay.
Yeah. She told me I'm wasting my time. I'm like, well, I tell you what, we get them items in your Amazon cart down from 500. She got 560 some items in her Amazon cart. I'm like, look at her. You better come down to reality for just a day.
In the cart. Good Lord.
Yeah, okay. Like on reserve.
Right.
I'm like, by the time you buy all that, you ain't even gonna want that stuff.
Daddy gonna get it.
That stuff gonna be outdated.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give everybody a few more minutes.
Gerald, what was that?
What was what?
What was that picture?
Somebody tell him what that was. Sabrina, I know.
It was a giraffe.
I was a giraffe in the woods. You have to
Yeah.
zoom in. Did you zoom in on it?
I had to zoom out.
Yeah, I zoomed in. Oh,
Yeah,
Matter
I
of
zoomed in.
He still haven't seen it. It's 5 hours later. He still haven't seen it.
giraffe.
So
He say, what was it?
okay, Keith, this is how you do it. It's the second tree from the right of the screen. The
Right,
tree is
right.
the giraffe neck.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So-
just zoomed in.
I had to pull the screen way back here to look at it. Like, okay, there. Oh, I see something.
Okay.
Yeah, I just clicked on it and zoomed. And I said, oh, I see it.
Now,
now.
I got another one like that. I'm usually pretty good at those, like finding those things, camouflage or what have you, man. But it was one I must have spent 3 days on. I gave up, and I was like, Keith, somebody tell me the answers. I was all in the comments looking.
Right. Right.
Cliff notes.
We told Keith it was a giraffe, and he still said he don't see it.
Still don't see.
It's the second tree, man. The tree is
Yeah,
not a
the
tree.
second
It's a
tree.
long
I
neck.
can't look at it right now. I'm on my phone, so I gotta get back when I
Okay.
get through with you.
Yeah, you'll see it now.
All right. Put some money on that giraffe neck, I bet y'all find.
Yeah, you find it then.
Yeah, we're gonna give him like 4 more minutes. Hey, Brian ain't doing his cooking show in 2021.
No, it's relocation time. Takes a little longer to get home.
Oh,
Dinner's
that's right,
a
he got the
little
GPS.
later these
Oh yeah,
days.
he got the GPS.
Yeah, well, dinner's a little later.
So
Ah.
what that means, Sabrina? You do all the prep work for him?
I mean, I have to have a snack. I've incorporated a snack.
Right. You be looking at your watch like, dang, what took you so long today? I'm
Yeah,
starving.
I have to have an afternoon snack now.
Hilarious.
Pace myself.
Yeah. When he get home, say you got to get a better job, eh?
Yeah, they got him too far away. It's like,
Yeah, they got that dude out in Forsyth, man. Or is it
And then in Atlanta traffic, he might as well move out there.
no, we ain't moving.
Not
Not there.
traffic? They had like, I listened to the radio this morning. They had 85. It was red alert. They shut it down. It was a shooting.
Wow.
I meant to look that up, but it was a bad shooting, like on the highway. What y'all doing on the highway shooting?
Oh boy,
Sound
they
like St. Louis, man.
Yeah, that's St. Louis.
St. Louis shoot on the highway in it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And people losing their mind.
It's that COVID depression or something. Who knows?
It's that $600 rebate check they got.
Right.
AAG. Somebody had broke that down. It was like
I saw that.
$1.50. Well, you saw
It's
that?
$1 something a day, wasn't
You
it?
two can sponsor an American
Right. I was like, whoa.
3 cents a day. I
I'm
was
like, damn, is that 76 cents a day?
Crazy.
Wow.
Pre-tax.
Wow, man.
Guess they
All right,
waiting on
Uncle
that
G.
2,000 to come after the inauguration.
Oh yeah, or the 1,400. They gonna give you the remaining balance.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
All right, Uncle G.
I go, Chuck. Yeah,
Chuck?
we decided that we would open up this year with a prayer. So I'm gonna bless this format with a prayer, and then we'll jump into tonight's Zoom. So let's just bow our heads, man. Father, we humbly approach your throne, and first giving thanks. Lord, we're thankful that you are in the midst. We're thankful for a new year. We're thankful for the techniques and the motivation. I just lift up this group, Lord, and all that goes with it collectively, Lord. And we're thankful that you have provided us through a season where many struggled. But Lord, let us remember who you made us to be and that we are blessed to be a blessing. We're thankful that Delos is sharing these concepts with us, and we just say that you put hands on him and his family, show him favor. Continue to motivate us all to learn, and to more than that, to just be the salt. We lift all these things up in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you, Pastor Alvin,
Thank you, Uncle G.
Reverend Alvin.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna kick it off with some good news. So
Yeah.
it's going to be the third week in April. This group will receive a check from a nonprofit organization. We didn't qualify for the 20,000, but we are approved for the 12,000.
Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
So,
I'm
So-
sorry.
so I'm jotting this down because we probably won't talk about it today, but as we get closer to April, we need to decide how we want to manage it, or open it up an account with it. Let somebody trade it. It don't have to be. I mean, we can vote on who that person should be. Maybe we put this account into a trust for everybody that's on this call, no matter if your last name is Brown, Alphin, Jordan, Keith, you are Alphin, and myself. So we'll
No, it ain't.
hey Chuck, we're not gonna tolerate those outbursts this year, okay? Hey Chuck, if you got a question, hit the red button and I'll get with you.
No.
So
Sit in the corner with the dunce hat on.
right, so over the next few weeks, I guess the next 30 days, kind of have some ideas of what you all think we should do with the money. And we'll I guess, of course, take a vote on it and make sure everybody's voice is heard on how they think it should go down. So I just wanted to start the meeting off with that, outside of the prayer first, money second. None of this is possible without him. So did want to start the meeting off right there, right? So I got some bullet points here, so bear with me as I scratch or circle off what I talked about, so I'm not doubling back. Okay.
That's $12,000.
$12,000, yes, sir.
Man, that's powerful.
Yeah. We didn't quite qualify for the 20,000, but I was going for it, but.
So Delos, nobody knows really what you're talking about. I think you, me, and Chuck spoke on it. You want to give them a little quick background?
Yeah, so the group that I meet with on Wednesdays, there was a young lady who got on the call, and she was just going through a few things, and so it came up that she's like the president of a non-for-profit organization out in Utah. And so they were looking for, they got a grant from the government back in, it was before COVID. So it had to be like in January. And so when COVID hit, they kind of lost some of their, some of the places that they used to go to do the donations. They could no longer meet with those groups. Some of those groups prolonged the process of meeting with them. And so when I was on, my little Asian friend was like, hey, Delos got a group of guys, that he meet with. And so she started asking me questions, and then we exchanged phone numbers. And then she called me the next day and started discussing how she could help. And I was intrigued by that. So I told her to send me all the information. I'll look through it. And I did share this with Gerald and Chuck. I also shared it with Cormisha in talks last week, but I wanted to get this out to the team when I knew it was official. So it is official. It's gonna happen. I did want to ask, so there's a lot of people that's jumping off of this WhatsApp, and they're going to an app called Signal Private Messenger. And I think the reason behind it, I guess when you log on now to WhatsApp, it gives you there's a disclaimer on there that they're going to be trading our information with Facebook. And I think a lot of people that I see on channel 46, they're like they don't want to use WhatsApp anymore because they want their texting content to remain private. So a lot of people are leaving WhatsApp and going to an app called Signal Private Messenger. So I'm not sure if that's a decision. You guys can look at that app and see if we need to move over to that app, or if you don't mind sharing your information that's being communicated on WhatsApp. But I do know that WhatsApp is about to start letting Facebook see everything that they got going on their platform. So a lot of people are leaving that. So I wanted to throw that out there and let people look over that, see if that's something they want to do. So on December 29th, I sent everybody in the WhatsApp, there was a video from TD Ameritrade, and it's called Covered Call Management Techniques. Did anybody, and don't be ashamed to say that you didn't look at it or you didn't watch it. If you didn't watch it, all I'm gonna say is you need to. And I'm gonna explain why here on this chart here in a second. So the video I sent out on the WhatsApp, it was from TD Ameritrade. It was December 29th, if you want to go back and find it. And it's called Covered Call Management Techniques. And I'm gonna cover right now on the chart some of the things that they talked about in the video and explain why he feels the way he feels about. He doesn't buy, he may or may not buy certain calls back or certain puts back, and I'll explain the math behind all this. And actually, I'm gonna go to it right now. So we're gonna hop right in that. So we got two things we kicked off with, right? So we had our prayer. Everybody now knows about the $12,000 check, and the decision needs to be made whether we stay with WhatsApp or go to Signal Private Messenger. And so we're going to get kicked off with the Covered Call Management Techniques, and I'm going to show you some things. I've been playing around with it for 2 weeks since we haven't had a meeting, but I do want to share a few things that I found interesting. Okay, share screen. Okay, it's this one. All right. So I tried to be a little bit prepared today because I had time to. So we're gonna use Plug. I had been interested in Plug after I seen the success that it had. Jeanette hung in there and reaped the benefits from that. And I have to take my hat off to her because for her to still be in it when Plug was around 40 something bucks, for her to stick through it, that's just like showing growth. And that's kind of what you want to see from everybody on this call, is a little patience, a little growth. Because, you know, like when you first learn something and you get some positive money, you tend to just run crazy a little bit. You tend to just be all over the board. And so now we know, you know, after you shuffle all the cards, you know, you put them all back in order and not just leave them all scattered around on the table, because it will happen. Like you get the gist of it, you got the basic information, and then what happens is you just take off running in every which way. Then you kind of lose your focus and your basic knowledge and your little minor skill set. So I want to talk about, because this goes back into having some patience. Don't run. Don't be afraid to have something run by you in the middle of the week. You have a 5-day trading period. So I do want to say this too. The earnings report months are among us. So the end of January, February, please know your stocks, whatever you invested in, please know when that earnings report is coming up. And it is as easy as this. You go here, and all you got to do is hit earnings right here. It's on the tab, and you scroll down, And it'll tell you off over here to the right, the next earnings announcement for Boeing is January 27th. So we should now know during the earnings week, premiums are crazy high. They're crazy high. We all should know this too, for a reason. If the earnings report is bad, then you're going to get gobbled up on the put side. If the earnings report is good, you're going to get ran by on the call side. That's just going to happen. We should all have experienced a earnings report. An earnings announcement should not be foreign to anybody on this call. If it is, let's talk through it in the group chat. Hey, earnings coming up for this company, and that's why we share like what we're all investing in, so we can have each other back. Like, you know, just say, hey, earnings report for Plug coming out, or earnings report for, you know, Nikola coming out, or Workhorse, or whatever. That way we help each other out in that way by doing that text. So that WhatsApp has been a blessing, because we've been able to not have it jump. You know, back when we were just doing it through the text on the messenger on the phone, we were dropping people were being added. We didn't know who number was what. And now, you know, we kind of streamline that process, which is good. So I think that was your idea, Uncle G. Thank you for that. So it's just that easy. You type in your symbol of the company you got and just hit earnings. Over here to the right, it'll tell you when the next earnings report is coming up. And if you want to dig a little deeper, you can go to NASDAQ.com, and it'll tell you if it's pre-market or pre-market or post-market. So you will know at what time of the day you need to be looking at it, or set an alert for a large move in activity. All right, so I want to talk about this because being patient and knowing how your stocks move, that should allow you what I would say your serenity when the stock is either close to your price or it's past you up, and you don't need to panic if you know the price movement. And so let me show you something that I just recently did. Let me go to Workhorse. And so let me see here. Let me see. Okay, can everybody see that now?
No. No.
Anybody? Okay, all right. All right, so typically when we first start learning, right, I would have everybody go up here and change this to all. But for the sake of this conversation, I'm not going to move it to all. I'm going to just leave it to where everybody can see both. Everybody can see 8 days to expiration and 15 days to expiration.
Yes.
Okay, so when I say we talk about the quirky math, right? And I talked through this with Chuck a few weeks back. So basically, if I'm looking at coming into the trade, right, and I'm looking at the strike of the 25 strike, and you see the bid price is 133. If I go out another week, the same 25 strike is at 203. So that's only like a $70 difference, right? But then I go, okay, 25.5 strike is at 114, go out another week, it's at 185. So it's like, oh man, it's starting not to make any sense to go 2 weeks out, especially not at a 25.5 strike, because I can make more by doing it week to week just by adding up the two numbers, right? Everybody follow me that far?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go down to the 26 strike, and you go, oh, okay, I'm getting 170. Now it's not exactly $97 times 2, but it is 2 weeks out. You are going to collect the 170, and does that trade make sense? When you come down here, and all I'm trying to do is have you create your own conscience about the trades you make. If you don't want to trade like every week. So is this a safe bet? I think there's 5,000 Well, there's two, the volume was high on this, but there's 2,840 other contracts that says it's a good deal. And when you thinking and when you talking it through, when you asking yourself, is it beneficial for me to do a 1 week trade or a 2 week trade? In this case, I will go out to 26. This is Delos spending his own money. I'm looking at this chart. I'm doing the math. I'm gonna take the 170. I'm gonna go to the 26 strike and I'm gonna take the 170. I'm gonna go out 2 weeks. Now, when we talk about managing your account or managing your trade, when you get to a point where, say, this number here jumps down to, and you have to know how things move, right? So the change in this stock today was hardly anything, right? It's like 7 cents from yesterday's action. And so if you know that your stock will not, if you know that your stock, now this is kind of slick, right? And I kind of just picked up on this 2 weeks ago. If I bought the stock, if I bought the stock at 24, and then the stock, and I have a call option in play, and the stock runs by me at the 26 strike, at this point, I'm not going to worry about buying it back. I'm going to let it take the stock. And what I typically do is I look from week to week, knowing that these things are going to change. But if it goes by me at 26, then I know I can come back next week and go on the call side and pick up 213 at the 24.5. If you think about the money, so let's bingo around here a little bit. So you got it at, let's hold on, let me see if I can get another week, because I really want this to make sense. So can everybody see all of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if I got a stock, and I'm gonna do this with Boyd too, because I want Gerald to hear this, and Chuck. If I got the stock at 24.5, I got $1.40 for it, right? So I got 140 bucks put in my pocket. I come to the call side in the very next week, right? And I just say, okay, I'm gonna go out at 26. In the past, if it start coming up on you, you'd be like, well, I'm gonna scoot back because I want to keep it. Some want to keep it. Aunt Jeanette, she don't care. She'd rather be back on the put side anyway. Come on and get it. So we don't always have to buy the contract back. Let them take the contract. And part of the reason is you can always go back to the put side. So if you just in this V shape here, where I'm gonna get it here, get rid of it here, get it back here. Does that make sense to anybody? Unless you just want the stock.
Makes sense. Yep.
As an example, Uncle G, I'm gonna have to pick on you because this will be live. Uncle G, where you got Bowen at this week?
I got 200 shares at, let me see, man. I put it out there. It's just been so stagnant.
Yes, trade sideways.
Yep. Come on. What do I do with them Bowen shares, man? I'm at 220. I put both 200 shares at 220.
220.
Yep.
So, do you mind sharing with? I'm writing this down. What was your premium?
Orders. $60 a piece.
60 a piece.
Yep.
Okay. So in that video that I'm asking you all to watch, what the gentleman is basically saying is, so Gerald is sitting out here at 220. I'm gonna just hypothetically say Gerald got the shares. And this used to didn't make sense to me. This was the weird part about it. That's why I continue to try to hone my craft, my skill set, because I'm listening to a guy. Now, Gerald has Boeing stocks out here at 220, everybody.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just hypothetically say Gerald got put those shares at 240. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know that to be fact, but I'm gonna just say that. If the stock runs up to 221 tomorrow, Gerald's mind is gonna tell him bag up. What I'm telling you is happening in that video. The guy won't budge. He will let those shares be bought at the 221. And I'm thinking, well, damn, he's gonna lose a 20% or $20 appreciation value. His thinking is, instead of spending money to get them back, he'll just buy them back the following Monday, pre-market at the price that is gonna be at on that following Monday. He's not really concerned with how far it run by. He understands the pullback is gonna happen. And so in his eyes, he hasn't lost a dime because he's just gonna buy them back at the price that he got them taken away from him. And I'm hoping I'm making sense.
Yeah, I'm just trying to walk the process through money wise.
Okay, so
Because he lost that appreciation because he gave them back cheap.
but if he buys them back at the same price in which they took them from him, then he's back in there at the same price. He didn't lose anything.
But when you do that pre-market, when the market opens up,
And it's interesting how he set that video up. And basically, he doesn't say he'll never do it. He says if he has to go in and buy those shares back, he's always moving in the same day to another week.
Okay.
And that's the only way he'll buy them back. But how I started out this conversation is, if you know how your stock moves, then you can kind of get a feel of, now, I wouldn't do that with Boeing, so to speak, because we know Boeing can be up $20 the next day. But Workhorse, Plug, Sabrina, give me one.
That move sideways, PayPal. PayPal is pretty.
PayPal, okay. For example, let's do PayPal. Is it
PYPL.
PYPL, okay. And the reason why I want to say this, like, it doesn't apply for the extreme volatile stocks. And what I'm gonna do, G, I'm gonna change. Okay, because I want to get multiple. Okay. So, like Sabrina said, right? So here we go. Is Sabrina, typically, give or take, right? Is PayPal a $2.84 loss and a $3 gain and a $2?
Yeah, it might move $10 or less in a week.
Right. So, and what this guy is saying on that video, you all, is depending on the stock movement, based on where his premium's at, because he was trying to talk about don't leave too much money on the table. Like where I personally taught myself to school back, he's like, hey, you can just be in the middle, because if you know that the stock only gonna move $3 or $4, and in this case, this is set up. This is not a $1 notch. So this is already set up at 250 increment.
Price spreads.
Right. So basically, you can already, like, personally, I would take, now, can everybody see this, right? So the January the 15th, then you have January 22nd. You see the difference in price? So if you watching what you're doing, you wouldn't come in here and place any of these trades. It's not worth it. Because you might as well take this risk, take that chance. And when I see stuff like this, that lets me know something's coming. I don't know if PayPal got an earnings report coming up, but
They do on, hold on, I got it written down. I'll tell you the date. Gotta go to my document. PayPal's earning report is on February 3rd.
February 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go down and look at February 3rd. So it's already published. Now this week right here, you can look at these premiums and see the difference, like from, let me just do right there.
Week
Okay.
before, yeah.
Yes, the week before it's getting hot and heavy. This is the week of. February the 5th is the week of, but the week before it just gets larger and larger, and then boom. And what happens, you get trapped in those trades. Like if you don't want to own PayPal, then on the put side, you can bag all the way up if you just not trying to be greedy. Because I'm sure you can get a safe $500. PayPal a good company though.
So Della,
Yeah.
how much of this is what we're seeing with these premiums is basically because we got the time factor. You know, we're not dealing with time decay. How much? I'm sure we've all seen how they get, they get pumped up.
Yeah, they get fat. Like this
right
right
here, we're 3 weeks out. And the hypothetical right now is if you went 3 weeks out, look at these. So how much of this is because we still a little bit of ways away?
A lot of it is because we're a little bit of ways away, and these numbers can get even larger based on how much momentum this picks up as it gets closer to the date. So they change so much. So, and that's why it's so hard. Like when people come at you, and this is the hard journey that I took. When people start coming at you with the Greeks, right? And how do you incorporate that information to what you see here? But it changes so much. The Greek is not, I mean, it's the theta is not the same as it was when you looked at the chart a week ago. You have to recalculate it every time you look at it. And if you just stick to the good companies with the institution percentage is high, you'll be okay. It's the risky stuff, right? I'll pull up risky, and the same things apply though. Like if Sabrina knows that the stock price really don't move $2 or $3, if she has a 245 call and the stock went to 247, no biggie. She can buy it back next week because it's gonna pull back some, and it'll pull right back into her 255. It'll pull right back into her 245 range where she sold it at. And G, we'll have to look at a chart too, but you'll see the pullback on the RSI. Like it's gonna come. Plug is gonna have some pullback. Like right now, if you know that the stock is gonna have some pullback, you can get more of the premium because it's gonna go away from you. On the call side, it will. Plug is going to fall back. It's already happening. Let me show you this. I'll come back to that, but
It was 57 yesterday, it's 40 today, 4,000.
can everybody see that?
Mhm.
Okay. Because I want to talk about Carnival and UAL too. So we got Plug here, right? So right here, it's telling you why the shares are trading lower. Plug shares are trading lower after JP Morgan initiated the coverage of the stock with a neutral rating of a $60 price point. So when Aunt Jeanette goes in next week, right, she don't have to bag back as far. And the RSI tell her that she don't have to. And this is utilizing your basic tools again.
We got leaks in there.
Leaps? Oh, okay.
We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, the company's good. It's just that they're gonna have a pullback. They telling you we're gonna pull it back a little bit.
Yep.
So I mean, it shouldn't be foreign to you. And if you look at the RSI chart, if you look right here, it's telling you that it's overbought right now.
Yeah.
So the message up above is telling you that, hey, we pulling it back to a $60 price point, and the RSI telling you that it's overbought. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4. It's gonna pull back some. That's just what's about to happen with Plug, and it's not gonna be pull back to $30. It's gonna pull back to about $61, $62, $63. Anybody been looking at any of the travel and leisure stuff, right? Is it's all moving again. And I want to do a comparison right quick to Boeing. Now, Uncle G got 200 shares of BA. What I want to show is, and I kind of want to just have everybody to have a conscience about making their next move. So what you see here is what I'm about to share, Gerald, is Boeing tend to have moved sideways over the last, a month? The
Yeah,
last,
yeah, roughly a month. And then they had a plane crash, so who knows?
yep. And so then we have here, and that's why I like TD Ameritrade. They leave these little messages for you, like, hey, stuff is trading higher. Do like anybody ever read these?
I do.
Okay, I read them all the time. And so this is a good point for me to just say this. When you're looking for some solid information, this is like one of my trusted websites. I've used this from day one. And I've shared this with you before. It shouldn't be foreign to you, but anytime I'm looking for a video, a definition, something that I don't want to go to the web and find, this Investopedia has been like my crutch. So I was going to wait to the end, but I want everybody to know that when you're looking for a term, if you're reading an article and don't know what a term is, Investopedia got it. Like, just go there, they're a really good professional website. They got classes. So does TD Ameritrade, obviously, but I wanted to just throw that out there really quick. Now, with Carnival, the comparison is Boeing is a powerhouse. They name reign supreme. A plane can crash and the stock don't even go under $200. They are like the untouchable. They kind of like the mob. They can do no wrong in America. I don't know what else it takes, but yeah. And so what I did though, I do comparisons all the time, you all. Like, I may do 2 or 3 comparisons of a stock a day. Like, I just built it into my repetition. So if you go to the options chart here, I'm gonna show you all something. I'll share this screen with you. Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
Because I got 2 of them up. The Carnival one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Option chain.
All right. So Uncle G has about, I'm gonna say, $45,000 tied up into Boeing. Would that be about accurate?
Yep.
Gerald just stated that, hey, he's received, and I'm gonna do this with Workhorse too, that he received $60 for a trade that he just placed this week. Right. Not bad, not bad at all. But this may be the miss in the conception or the perception, not conception. Sorry, where'd that come from? But in the perception of what Gerald's thinking, right? Yeah. He got paid $60 for a trade he just placed today with Boeing. If Gerald takes the same $20,000 that he's got tied up with Boeing and buy 10 shares of Carnival, this means that this is not $110 anymore. This is $1,010. This is $890. This is $71. But maybe you keep 100 shares of Boeing and get you 10 shares of Carnival and split that up, because your financial gain is probably not tied up in a Boeing's name. This here. So what we all know too, right? I talked about this all the time, the 52-week high. Gerald is in Boeing because there's potential gains to be had. So is there with Carnival. Carnival was trading at $56 before COVID. They're now at $20. If Gerald got in right now, not only would he be collecting these premiums every week, but he'll have appreciation value in the long term when the stock goes back. And I think I looked at Royal Caribbean. They are going to sell in March. Last week of March, they're going to sell. And what they do have going for them is they have some top line revenue coming in because the ship is already booked through 2022 in most cases. And some of their ships are already booked. You can't get on them. But if Gerald looked at this and said, okay, I'm gonna do a Boeing, I'm gonna build me a house here, I'm gonna take 20,000 and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna give me 10 shares of Carnival. Carnival's a good company, good institutional value. And these numbers right here are multiplied times 10 every week instead of Boeing, you know, being at a $200 or $300, you can really come over here and rack up. And so I do those comparisons all the time. I'm about to do this right here, and everybody remember, and it's probably taped, when I bought Workhorse. Does everybody remember that?
Yeah.
And I've been trading it on the call side ever since, and this is part of it, right? So when I come to Workhorse from week to week, this is the other comparison, right? This is not $114 anymore. This is $1,014. This is $1,330. This is $970. But my investment, like you can come in on Workhorse with $24,000 and really start collecting about $1,000 a week. And Workhorse not going anywhere. Actually, Workhorse is in a position to show improve. They got more orders than I think they can produce. So when I say do your stock comparisons, you can there. And Uncle G, all I'm saying, if Boeing go back to 240 or 245, keep one share, keep 100 shares, take cash out, get real close. So when it gets to 240, go real up, go right to the bumper, get you about $400 or $500 because that's probably where to be. Then take the residual and come and find you 10 shares somewhere else. But still have your Boeing and still have your Workhorse or your the Carnival Cruise Line. And so when we talk about patience too, who all had this early on? And Gerald, I done picked on you all day, but got to do it again.
I know, I've been looking at Playboy.
Now, Uncle Gerald had 10 shares of Play. I think did you?
Did we have 10? It was about 8. I think we was up to 8.
It was close.
Yeah, it was close.
But look at this is $800, you all. This is $1,012. This is $1,330. If Gerald had so we can't keep bouncing around from shares to shares. We should add to our positions, but there's no need to run from good situations. And I remember Gerald used to get $15 for premiums. He was, it's the learning curve. It's that staying patient and staying vigilant. These companies not going anywhere. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of good. I mean, you guys have came a long, long way too, though. But if I can just start off 2021 with just having some patience and look at and do the math, right? Get your chart out. Don't just look at the week a month coming up. Look at it a couple weeks out. The earnings dates are coming. We got this is the 3 months, January, February, March. All companies going to report on a different day, but find the companies that you're invested in. Make sure you at least know when their earnings report is out. Does anybody have any questions? All right. So, anybody understand what's going on here? Why is this stock going up?
Oh, I'm not in
I was in there the other day and I saw some news. Now that might have been today or yesterday. If you pull up the news on here, it's got to be there. I was on my phone, so let me look. It was something about a guy that they was trying to get. I mean, they ain't going nowhere, man, which is good. They got
I'm gonna
nothing
go
there,
get it.
y'all.
I do not get it.
We looked at the news and tell those.
It is the weirdest thing. So with I wanted to share with you all. So I have invested in this company. I got off of I got a Kathy Wood ETF and a Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer has a ETF that he trades through, or it's really not an ETF. It's like a foundation. And this stock right here is on their radar. And I talked to Carmisha about it, but this stock right here is on their radar. I mean, they have millions of shares of this. I've been reading about it. Carmisha, did you have any more details about this Nano Dimensions?
I mean, nanotechnology we utilize, especially in cancer treatments overall for it. And so it's still a lot of growth. It's still like, we utilize it like nanoparticles we utilize, but it's still so much more research that's going to be within the next couple of years. A lot of research has been put into the cancer and molecular chemotherapy overall for it. And so this is for sure something overall for long term.
They got, I mean, Jim Cramer is, I mean, I was just looking at some of the open interest, and this is like crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's on Kathy Wood's ETF and ARK, that ARK that I sent out to everybody, and Jim Cramer. And it's a lot of people just diving into this. And I'm just like, man, this is so I just did this. I just did what I didn't break any of my rules. I did just jump in and get like 300 shares, because I don't want to be left out. You know what I mean? I know that these people have been doing this a lot longer than me. They got connections. So I'm like, you don't just take, $40 million and buy into a company. You don't, that's because it's an ETF. So it's money that, she's managing money for other people. So she's not in the business of losing money, and neither are we. So I'll follow you. And that's my analogy of the little fish hanging around the whale. You know what I mean?
So you bought these ones outright? Because I did a $10 put, and it of course started running.
Yeah, because like right now they only trade monthly, but I'm pretty sure with this type of volume, there's some interest there. They're probably going to break this out into a weekly scenario very soon, but I'm hoping they do anyway, because I mean, this is a lot. This is like crazy volume. I mean, and it's I read about it and I was like, hey, I got to go back to it, but I bought 300 shares of it just to have some in my pocket. Carmisha, I don't know, are you prepared today to go over what we discussed?
Yeah, I could pull up the workhorse that we talked about.
Okay.
Let me share. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, let me stop share. Okay.
So like I love spreads overall for it, and so Delos and I were talking, and especially in regards to the workhorse, my goal is to try to accumulate so much this year overall for it, not necessarily just, I don't have as much capital as you all do to utilize, but me and Delos were talking about the workhorse, and instead of buying all the shares overall for it, I actually did a spread. I did a spread on, I just pulled it up for y'all. Hold on. I did a spread on January 6th. I did 100 of them for workhorse with $1 increment. So that's $10,000 overall for it. And that was for it to expire this week. And I kept this open. This money made all its money on Tuesday overall for it. If you see the $1,500 for the $10,000 in regards to it in a week's time. There's no extras, like this is 100% capacity it has made overall for it. And this made its money on Tuesday. I just didn't look and check since this is my paper trade overall for it, but this is like another way to potentially utilize the capital more. So that same $10,000 that Dallas was talking about for the carnival, like, yes, you could definitely do that. But then you also get this $10,000 back and then you can re-up again.
And so I got a question for Sabrina. Or you doing strictly spreads at this point? Like your trading strategy?
Yes. I'm not worried about owning anything right now, stock wise.
Okay.
So yes, my strategy is definitely spread based. I was talking to Kamisha earlier, not just doing put spreads, I'm doing debit call spreads as well, because it was a high volatility week in several of my stocks. So I made out better because I expected them to increase, which they did. Right. And, it was an outlay up front, but I actually collected. And I think I'm not greedy. When I've got about 85% of my max profit, I'm out. So most times I'm out by Tuesday or Wednesday in most of my spreads. Very rarely do I have to wait till Friday unless something's kind of off.
Right. And so you are using the tools to try to project the direction in which.
Yeah. I've been trying to study the candlesticks a bit more and looking at them so I can predict when I think I want to get in which way I want to get in. Still learning. I don't know, enough to talk about yet, but still learning that. But I also look at the charts. Kamisha got me on the Bollinger chart band, so I was looking at that and then looking at the history overall, knowing the stocks that I'm in. I'm actually certain ones that I've gotten familiar with, see how they move. Obviously some nuances with it being end of year, first of the year, not inauguration. I'm trying to see how that sentiment affects things, but for overall, I kind of know, like PayPal, I can tell you, I knew it moved sideways, just learning things like that. So I know, because I do actually do iron condors in PayPal because I know it doesn't move a lot. So I don't just do verticals on those.
You sound like somebody that's been trading for about 4 or 5 years. Do you realize that all y'all only been trading like 8 months?
Yeah.
Of which the first 2 months you really still kind of foggy, like you're still trying to figure out like how real is this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like what's going on? Because it's one of those things that you kind of you get into it and there's still so much to learn, and you wouldn't believe like 4 or 5 years from now you'll be like, oh damn, I didn't think about that. It'll just be a video you watch and things will just continue to click as you trade. But
yeah.
So you seem to be doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've had some good money. So I mean, I ain't had no 5,000 one person, but I've made over that over a couple of weeks. So I've been good.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, I'm holding in. I'm gonna come up to the stock side eventually, but right now,
I told you when you started. Everybody on here is gonna trade different.
Yeah.
Because the capital is different and your outlook on things. But yeah, no. I'm proud of everybody on the call, man. This has been I mean, even for me, I'm glad I was able to let it out. I used to walk around the house talking to myself.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody want to.
I mean, like for instance, just so you guys know, I'm at Plug, but I did a vertical debit spread on the call side, and it cost me, I think last week I got in for an expiration on the 15th. I think I got in on Friday, $49.50. On the call side, split on the spread. So that's $1 spread. I paid $570 for it. I sold it on, I think it was Tuesday, for $980. That was a 72% return on my money.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that was only 10 contracts because I wasn't as familiar with Plug. I knew something was happening with Plug because I was listening to the news, but I could have, obviously did more, but I only did 10 and I made, 72% in 3 days, 2 days, I guess, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, on my Wednesday call, one of my guys from Utah, he's predicting that Plug gonna probably be about $120 by the end of the year.
Yeah. So it's There's money to be made, different ways, so
Yeah.
many different ways that we're still learning.
Yep. So Billy, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Hey, so what you got going on, man? I don't want to leave you out.
I still got my American. I just been going 2 weeks out getting my little premiums,
Yep.
and I've been doing a little bit in Blink.
Blink. Okay. Is that recent? Is that like something that Chuck? I know Chuck sent Blink out. to-
Yeah, Blink took off Monday. I think I got a 46 put in Blink, and they're up to like 52. And I think my premium was I want to say maybe around 180.
Okay.
Yeah, so Blink has been doing pretty good, and Blink kind of took off here lately, with the charging and everything.
Yep.
So I've been kind of watching Blink. I was doing Neo a little bit before, and then I got on Blink. So I've been doing a little bit with Blink.
Okay, because Neo took off too a little bit.
Yeah,
Neo
Mhm.
was good too.
was
Right.
$42, and then it's Neo like $60-some, ain't it?
61, 62, I think.
61, 62.
Yeah, because I was watching Blink Monday, and I think it was like at 42, and then next thing you know, it was just going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, so I got in at the 46, so it'll expire tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, absolutely. And Billy, let me tell you this. Don't be afraid to go to the chart, look 2 weeks out at that same 46 strike. Cause when it take off, right? If you look at the RSI, it's probably overbought right now. So it's gonna be a little bit pullback. And check to see when Blink has their earnings report, because the premiums will get larger. But instead of going from week to week, you may be able to go out after Friday. You may be able to go out on come Monday. You may be able to go out 2 weeks and grab you like 3. If you may be able to, make a little bit more. But do the math though. Like just check it out and see, does it work for you, or you rather just stay week to week, whatever you're comfortable with. But I'm just urging everybody to kind of look down the road a little bit. This is earnings season, so a lot of these companies are going to be reporting in the coming months.
Okay.
But no, I'm glad you're doing well, Billy. Chuck, what you got going on, man?
I'm in Boeing still.
Yep.
On the call side, I got 100 shares of Boeing. Hyliion, I'm still riding in Hyliion going in. Got 500 shares of Hyliion still.
Okay.
And what did I do? I did a leap in fuel cell.
Stop right there. Does anybody know about fuel cell?
No.
This would be right up Tony's alley. So fuel cell is another stock that came up on this Wednesday call, and the predictions for fuel cell is high too, based on our current administration, or not our current administration, but our administration that's coming in on the 21st. So fuel cell was all they talked about. Fuel cell and plug and fuel cell was kind of like we spent like 35-40 minutes on each one. They was just going through all the details of it, but put fuel cell and plug on your radar. Okay. Oh, hold on 1 second, you all.
Hey, Chuck, what's the ticker for fuel cell?
FCEL.
Okay.
Yeah, I got in a leap when it was at 7. And now it's at, well, it was 19. I think it dropped down to 17 now. But they were saying, and I got that one from Kalen.
Mm-hmm.
Kalen's done made, I think, 3,000 off of that one. He just went in and bought shares, 400 shares when it was like $8 a share.
Okay.
And he just holding on to it. He told me about it that previously, oh man, I forgot. Fuel cell is used to be up at 200 back when Biden was back in before. because that's
Oh.
something that he was
Okay.
in. But when the administration changed and went to Trump, it dropped all the way back down. So
Right.
now they're expecting, you know, it to get back up once Biden's administration is back in.
Right.
And that's why it started going back up. They're saying it's probably going to end up at 200 again.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of things once Biden gets back in, Blink and all those charging companies, because he's for all those, you know, the charging companies and electric cars and all that. So yeah, once Biden gets in there, all those are gonna take off.
Now, did you guys see about NKLA coming back in? Man, NKLA is like at 20.
Yeah, we just went over
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't advise nobody to stick their money
No,
in that.
I know. I just was like, man,
Chuck, you was asleep.
I don't know. I was just asking the group, like, I don't even understand how they even exist.
well, they got, did you see they got the contract on some hydrogen? They're doing,
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Gerald, no, I know what it was, Gerald. They just got approved to build the facility in Arizona.
yes, they're doing hydrogen.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it was.
There you go.
They just got approved. I'm thinking, man, Trevor Noah said he had that already, but I guess they did. So, but I see that Tony's on. Tony, I don't know when you
No,
came.
you was talking about fuel cell, man.
No, Tony wrote it down. You gave him the ticker, right?
Yeah, Billy, I gave it to him.
Billy or Tony? I saw Tony writing it down. So,
Oh yeah, I wrote it down too.
hey, so I got there's this day trader that I went to go do a class and she was there, and she's got some stuff that I think may be beneficial to the team. So I was gonna see if I can get her on as a guest speaker for next week. If is anybody opposed to that?
No.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to her then tomorrow and see if I can get her on. But Tony, I don't know if you was on early when we talked about so we will be receiving a check the last weekend of April for $12,000 from a non-for-profit organization.
Yeah, I came on right at the end of that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna probably talk through how we need to handle that and where you all want to put it. But I didn't know if you had heard that part. And quick question, who was that?
I do, Sabrina. So on the open interest, you know, when we talk about follow the smart money, you know, I was looking at the interest, and that's like the contract interests that are out there. But because I'm also shorting and going long on contracts, is there a way to determine how many of those are moving which way? Because depending on which they are, they could be bearish or bullish on the stock, on the underlying.
Good question. So the answer is, let me share my screen again. So.
No, I'm shy about asking questions nowadays.
No. I be looking for all the participation. As you all grow like that, like everybody just gets better. But let me see. Is it? Oh, I'm trying to find the screen I'm looking for. Okay. So, and I want to say, hold on, I'm gonna go to bar chart. There's one of these websites. It does, and I'm not sure if they charge you for it.
Well, I actually have a subscription to bar chart if they're charging.
Okay. So I think on bar chart, and I may have to get back with you, Sabrina.
Okay, that's fine.
But I think, hold on, I just want to see for myself. I thought it was on. Let me see. Oh, I gotta move you guys' faces around. I sure thought it was a spot off of here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to find it and then I'll send it to you. But there is one, like I know, has anybody been looking on Fiserv?
Okay.
All right. So let me see if this is it. I know there was a break. I saw it one time. There was a breakdown of,
Get your hair done? Yeah, I can't see it. Look like-
yeah, there was I thought I saw it. I'm gonna have to find it, but
Okay.
I want to say it's this, but I'll find it immediately because I need to get that out because I think it's this website, but what is this? I'm gonna find it. I'll find it for you because I'm like, I do remember seeing that breakout.
Okay.
And let me see something right quick while I think. Because I had this up. Let me see something. I'm gonna find it. It's somewhere. Because I seen it and I was like, damn, I didn't know they had that.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, I'm writing it down, Sabrina. So we can elaborate on the question. So what Sabrina is asking is, let me go here. So what Sabrina is asking, right? So when we talk about, you see this volume, so we know volume is just the transactions that were made going and coming. But the actual open interest or actual contracts that were placed out there. So what Sabrina is asking is, all right, Delos, out of this 4,911, how many of those contracts fall on the bid side and how many of those fall on the ask side?
Right.
In most cases, to keep things fair, they never share that information because basically if people knew that direction, if they had that answer, then everybody would go one way. And so that's why they don't tell you if it's bullish or bearish, because they want you to play the side of the house that you feel that based on the technical analysis, based on the RSI, based on the Bollinger Bands, all of that stuff that's the stuff those are the indicators they want you to use. But they throw this number out here and you go, well, man, it sure would be nice to know which direction that was going in, right?
Right.
But you don't know. And
So
that's
what about, sorry, Douglas, what about the option statistics at the bottom and like the sizzle index?
what are you talking about on the chart?
At the bottom of the option chain.
Okay.
Oh, you don't, here, let me show you.
Okay, well, go ahead and share. I saw it broke out somewhere.
At the bottom of all the option chains on the TD Ameritrade website, and this they told me when I was on the call overall for it, you can see the sizzle index. And so the sizzle index, basically, if it's greater than 1, that means like it's a lot going on overall for it. And then it'll tell you where the call versus the put, if people are doing more of the call versus the put overall for it.
Oh,
But then it talks about the ask and the bid also.
Okay,
But
yeah.
will it give you the week? Do you know what
This
week?
is based upon today, the actual day.
Just for today. Okay.
Yeah, that's based upon the actual day. So if you see like if you see the today's options overall for like the implied volatility for today's statistics overall for it, it was more calls than puts in regards to it. And it was more calls on the bid side versus the ask, it was more calls on the ask side versus the bid side.
And I know there's they got a weekly one too. I saw it. I just can't remember where it was. But there is a way to find out like that particular strike price. Like when you, but it changes every day. So you have to go look at it all the time.
Yeah. But doesn't the volume and the open interest change on the daily too though?
Yeah, the volume, that's what I'm saying. So you can make a decision on Monday based off what the number is, and then it'll change on you by Tuesday.
I know the only other thing that I know that I utilize sometimes for it is, and they told me this, don't forget, like we can call and ask them questions overall for it too.
And you can, and while you look for it, you can actually call TD Ameritrade and get like a tutor for this application. So what I suggest is you write down some questions that you may have, and then let the expert call you. And what they do is set up a 30-minute time frame with you, where it's just you and them one-on-one, and you can go over this whole little platform that they got, and they'll work with you. But you have to call and schedule it so that they know to call you during that time that you want to be available.
Okay.
It's not on the simulated one, but there's one underneath, like when you click on this ad column thing, there's one that's called Trade Flash. And so the Trader Flash, it'll tell you like high volume movements for deltas. So it'll say like there was a $300 delta move overall for it. And it'll tell you exactly what it was, what the put in the call was. And that I've utilized before too. Because EM is one of those ETFs that constantly they're doing something in.
Yeah, and if you utilize the RSI and the Bollinger Bands together, you should be able to identify a breakout or a sideways trend. And so with those two, and along with what Cormisha just showed you here, the option statistics, the option statistics will change though. Like she said, this is just for today's movement. But when you're looking at the options chart and you place your trade on a Monday or Tuesday, just know that the following day, that number could drastically move. But if you follow the Bollinger Bands and you got the RSI and any indicator that you understand, right? It don't have to be those, but any of the indicators that you fully understand, you can utilize in your benefit. But those are just too popular because they pretty easy to understand. There's no need to try to learn something or add something to your technical analysis. That's going to only confuse you.
Thank you. I will definitely set that up. Thank you.
I'm working on that. I actually think I got that down last night. Like when you know how we have the watch list and you can create your own custom column and everything for the watch list and everything. There's like a way to utilize the RSI and the Bollinger lines with their Think script.
In the script. Okay. Now with the I know a lot of people are not doing the spread, so I don't want to bombard her with a lot of that, but we may have to have a talk, because I want to do one, so to show everybody like the whole outcome, like from start to finish, like and if so next week I'm gonna try to get the day trader on. If she can't make it next week, then maybe we spend that time doing just some exercise, like go through 3 or 4 setups and see if everybody can kind of like not follow along, but they can always go back and watch the video. But if we can just do a couple dry runs on I
wouldn't be able to do it next week.
Paper trail. Okay.
Yeah, I have a meeting for residency.
Okay. Because I was gonna say maybe Sabrina, if we can't get this day trader on, but I wanted everybody to pick her brain, like pick her brain, ask her questions, ask her anything,
So I did something on the paper trade because y'all know Tesla that week before last was just running up and up and up. If anybody was watching it, right? It was just kind of going mountain high.
Yep.
So last Thursday, I think it was, whatever the 7th was, on my paper trade account, because I was already in Tesla for something. So I just wanted to play around, seeing from a Thursday night to a Friday morning for a stock I expected to keep climbing, right? So Thursday night, I got in and I bought 10 Tesla spreads at 750, 75, 750, 755 on the call side. And that, hold on, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I bought 10 at 800, 810 on the call side for 51.50. Then I sold them Friday morning at 10 o'clock and made $3,000.
Man.
Okay.
So I leveraged, like Kamisha was saying, I leveraged 5,000 and I sold them for 85.50. So I made $3,000 from 309 Thursday to 10:03 Friday morning. I'm looking, that was on my paper account. I was just playing. Because it was running up.
Right. And then
It was running up. And I was like, well, let me just see, you know,
what's gonna happen?
Thursday at 3 o'clock. Because I was like, I had watched it all day Thursday.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get in, you know, 3 o'clock in the evening Eastern Standard Time. And Friday morning, I got out.
So Sabrina, did you use your newly found skills in technical analysis with that to make your assumption? Like, because
Yeah, I've been in Tesla. Now I've been watching the stock. I've been seeing it. I saw it through Christmas. You know, Misha, you and I, we was in that, you know, praying. Come by, y'all. You know, I've been playing with it, and I saw it was just running. And I was like, I know. I looked at the RSI. You know, we know it's gonna come down. What goes up must come down. It's oversold. You know, all that's gonna happen. But I'm looking at it. It ain't happening on Friday because, you know, it's been moving. It's been moving every day. It's opening and climbing, no lows. You know, nothing is transpiring that makes me think this is gonna turn on Friday. So I said, let me try it. Let me just see. So I got in, like I said, at 3 o'clock. I watched it all day. It wasn't 10 o'clock Thursday morning. I watched all day Thursday. 3 o'clock, I bought in, watched it after the market. It was still climbing. Friday morning, I said, I ain't gonna be greedy and wait all day Friday. When I'd have made, you know, a certain amount profit, I'm out. $3,000. So if you, like he said, you know, get familiar with certain stocks and, you know, things like that, you can leverage those opportunities. You know, I don't need to be in it. And what a day trade, I guess that's what almost like a swing. Is that, can we say what we call it? Like one day out, next, whatever. But you know, there are opportunities, especially when we start seeing things on the rise. Like I've been seeing a lot of stocks. So in the climate, I talk about these fuel cell stocks and all these other stocks that are doing that. So if you see those patterns are developing, you know, you ain't got to be in there the whole week.
Yeah.
You know? So
no, that's good.
just something to watch. And like I said, I didn't do that in real life, unfortunately, but I did it on my paper account. So
I know it feel good. It feel good anytime you do it though. Like, and you get it right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was testing my theory, you know, want to see
where the money
where
resides.
the money resides.
Hey,
I don't know too many legal things I can do and make that overnight. So, you know.
I know that.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's good testimony there. Keith, what you got going on, man?
Besides what I texted you earlier about Neo.
Oh, okay.
Still got that. I got that NM, what is NM Nano Dimensions?
Yeah,
I had 2 of those. I went on and bought out today because it was like $15 to get up out of that, so I bought out.
Yeah, might as well. I don't blame you.
Right.
Yep.
What else I got? Workhorse. I'm on the call side of that, still moving with that.
Workhorse, you got 100 shares?
200 shares.
Yeah. Yep.
Then I got, what else? Oh, Helium. I finally heard they're gonna turn my Helium back over on the 15th. I'm way down there, so I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm doing today. I guess keep on the call side and
if you ain't getting a lot of price movement, I would just look at like going out 2 or 3 weeks, like just at least look at it, like give yourself the best chance to win. But you know, if you got to take a 2-week premium, I'll take a 2-week premium over a weekly premium any day of the week if the money not there that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Cool. And And that's about it. I went live this week with spreads. I was doing spreads all over on
Yeah.
on,
Whoa. Hey, you got some good teachers though.
Yeah.
oh yeah. That's what's up.
You got
Yeah,
Cormisha
that's what's
Brown.
up.
I said Cormisha Brown, Cormisha Jordan, and Sabrina Brown.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be calling Misha. I'll be like, what's up? What you think?
Yeah, hey, no, I'm like, boy, they put it down, and I love that. I love that. Now they got you doing the spreads, and I think the way that you be able to leverage your money is gonna be way different, and keep you may end up being a spread person, long term.
Well, I love those spreads. I was doing them in paper trade, like I told. I was doing them 3-4 months over on the other side with those conduits and stuff. But I was scared to do my own money because I didn't know.
Yeah.
So
No,
now, but it still was hard hitting that button today because it was this week going live in it. But it's all the same. I'm comfortable with it.
Well, congratulations.
The key for me is you ain't gotta be greedy. Set your threshold. If you're looking for 80%, 85%, when you see that, you get your money.
I'm looking for 50%.
Okay, and that video I sent y'all though with the OCO orders overall for it, that you can set it automatically overall and save that, and it'll do it as soon as it hits it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. That was good. Good
I was
video.
looking
Yeah.
at that. I still gotta go back because the screen was too small on my phone. But I did like that because I do have to sit right now. I'm home. I'm watching it all the time. But I would like to automate it.
Yeah, I like that way you can set it and either for the loss, or and your gain too. So yeah, that was good.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, Happy New Year, Tony.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you there.
Yeah, man. How you doing in your endeavors, man? You looking good. Looking like you.
Oh yeah, we just like say what the house move here. So we just moved in last week basically, and
on that farm.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we're doing good. Like I say, most of them, like Chuck and Gerald, I got my Boeing. I got assigned a couple of weeks, 227.
Okay. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I just been doing the call side with Boeing. A bunch of Helion still, got a lot of stuff tied up with Helion.
Yeah.
Got a leap in Pfizer. Pfizer, I thought it was going to do a whole lot better, but
Yeah.
And then
Pfizer struggling with the second shot. The Pfizer second shot. I don't know if they're not keeping it cool enough, whatever. But Pfizer's second shot is getting a lot of attention on Facebook and Twitter and every other social media platform. The first shot is fine. I don't think a lot of people have a problem. That second shot for Pfizer. Yep.
That was a study though. That was part of the study.
Yeah, I've been hearing more. They're talking about I'll be able to get the Moderna, and my mom, she got the Moderna today. I haven't had a chance to call her yet, but most of the people I know are the Moderna's out there more than the Pfizer.
Yeah, Moderna, yeah.
The Moderna's out there. Pfizer seemed to kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear that insurance companies were more willing to pay for Moderna because Pfizer's was more expensive. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but I'd heard somebody say that about the insurance.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson's getting ready to come out with one too, where it's just only one shot.
Yeah. I think that'll do well.
Yeah, I think Johnson & Johnson do much better than Pfizer.
Yeah.
It's cold. It has to be so cold overall.
Yeah, preservation.
Yeah.
I don't see that working in rural areas.
Yeah.
Oh, so Tony, outside of that, man, congratulations on your new house, man. You bought a farm, they say?
No, man. My backyard looks like a park, though. I got almost an acre. We bought a little less than an acre and stuff. So it's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, pretty big house. So.
Good Lord.
He ain't get no pool though. He ain't get no pool.
Yeah, I didn't get the pool.
I was get the pool.
I can't swim.
Graduation party at your house.
Yeah, I can't swim. Yeah, I can't swim. So plus that maintenance pool, man. It's a lot of upkeep and maintenance.
Man, you retired. You can do the maintenance yourself.
I was out in that backyard and already it takes me a day to cut the front and a day to cut the back.
Oh wow,
you retired, man.
You bought one.
I'm thinking about buying a riding lawnmower.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
He retired, girl. He ain't got nothing to
He
do.
had it, and it still took you a day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so.
Tony live in Mexico. He ain't cutting no grass.
You better get the Mexicans out there, man. They do it for you.
And my wife's been spending money. Like I said, we done been in here a week or two, man. We done had the Hispanics in here. They done been painting. Painting. We done ripped out our bathrooms. The company done got granite countertops in all 4 bathrooms now. She's putting mirrors. Her closet. She's got a big closet. She's gonna put chandeliers in her closet and
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what's up.
so.
That's the first time I heard niggas in the closet.
I know, man.
Spending that Bitcoin money.
I have chandeliers in the closet.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll let her know because I gave her about the chandeliers.
No, a chandelier is appropriate everywhere. Really.
Oh, okay.
They're all different types.
Okay. And then she bought a new bedroom set. Didn't tell me about it. And then
in the bedroom.
all this other stuff. Then the Hispanics told me she in one room she put some crown molding up and put some other lights and stuff. And she didn't tell me. And the Hispanics, he kind of snitched on it and told me what they were doing.
He gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Well, heck with snitching.
Get out of here.
I told her, I said, hey, the workers told me all this extra stuff that you done hired them to do. You didn't tell me about that.
Hey,
Call
Tony,
a change request.
no, I was gonna
Change
say,
order, yeah.
I think that
Change order.
Nicola did you better than you told us about.
No. So, yeah, I need to make some money with these options, man.
Go sell the he's spending on Bitcoin money.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm holding on to it. Yeah, I almost cashed one up when it got up to 40. It got up to like $40,000 a coin. I almost cashed one in there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
speaking of that, y'all, Aunt Jeanette sent that link.
Yeah.
You got to go in that link. You got to open it up and request that they send you the date, like when it's ready. So, if you click on the link, it's like an auto email that goes to them that just says, yes, I'm interested in Bitcoin. I'm not, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh, cryptocurrency, sorry.
Yeah.
So that link that Aunt Jeanette sent, go into there, hit the button, your email will pop up and request the information. So when it's ready, you'll get an email and you'll know that it's time to load up on something.
Yeah.
Now, I do have Ethereum, ETH.
Yeah.
So-
Ethereum's good. Yeah.
Ethereum is moving
Yep.
quite a bit, but
What is it, about $800? Is it about $800?
yeah, it was as high as $1,300.
Oh, it went okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
53.
Yeah, Facebook about to do something
they running?
with Bitcoin.
No, they've been down.
They have one, but they have like their own coin service of cryptocurrency that they have overall for it.
Facebook do?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's the one. I think that's not Libra or something like that. I know.
Libra.
Let me see.
Yeah, I can't wait to get away from Bitcoin though, Tony, because Bitcoin charges you $13 to do a purchase per purchase.
You mean Coinbase?
Coinbase, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as soon as TD Ameritrade get up and running, I'm getting away from Coinbase.
Yeah, Coinbase it's the number one. It's pretty popular and everything. But like I say, their fees, their fees are increasing.
Yeah.
I used to do Binance. The fees were a whole lot cheaper, but Binance is another good one.
Yeah, I got Binance. Well, I use Binance as a reference, but Robinhood lets you trade cryptocurrency for free if anybody want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, Robinhood is free. Yeah.
Yeah, Robinhood. Well, you can buy crypto through Robinhood on the app if you're all interested in that.
They want all.
You can do it in Webull also.
Webull is another one.
Robinhood be like, bring it on. We want all this.
I'm just gonna
I
show.
still- yeah.
I'm gonna just show everybody this right quick, you all, and I'm gonna log off. But there's a lot of different platforms. I know everybody, we talked about TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab done merged, right? That's not news to anybody on the call. But what happened is we still left in the air how the platform is going to look. So we don't know. So a couple of people, and you don't have to have all these different accounts or whatever. I'm just throwing this out there. If you don't like the new TD Ameritrade look or the new TD/Schwab look or the Schwab Ameritrade look, then I have been, the guys that invented, the gentleman that invented Thinkorswim has their own, and I talked about this before, but we talk about so much stuff. So let me just cover it one more time. Share screen. All right. All right. This and I guess if you open up an account with them, they give you 100 shares of something of, I don't know of what, but
Tasty Trade. Oh yeah.
Are those the same people?
yeah, these guys, it's a lot of good content. So I know a lot of people ask the question, hey, Motley Fool, there's a few of them out there. You want to take what they talk about, pretty light. These guys, this guy right here and this guy right here invented Thinkorswim with about 100 different web developers. But they now have this platform called Tasty Trade. And if you go on there just to look around, they are offering, and when you open up an account with them, they are offering to give 100 shares of stock. It's like a promotion that they're doing, but they invented Thinkorswim, their platform. I mean, obviously they sold the rights to TD Ameritrade, so they can no longer use it, but they do have a trading platform that looks similar. I would just go hit the explore button. They have all types of little podcasts, like when you're working out at the gym or working out at home or walking through the neighborhood, you just throw on a little podcast and listen to like-minded people talk about what they're doing. It may spark something. And some of it's really interesting to see how other people think. Like, these are the people that you're in the market, up against. So it's good to see how they think, like some of the trades that they, look at. And I know Gerald, back in the day, Gerald found it appalling that somebody, when you hear them talk, they say stuff like this. Yeah, I went out 30 days for $110. And you like 30 days for $110, and you kind of go, man, that's crazy. Well, that's just like how safe some of these people are versus to, as soon as we knew it, man, we wanted the highest premium we could find. As soon as we knew how to hit the button, we was all over it. Some of us went in the money and got the damn. We was all over the street. They say, boy, Delos done let the kids out for recess. We was all over. I mean, we had kids in the pool with no life jacket. We was everywhere.
They were bush. They were just bush.
Oh man, they was on the roof. Like, we had kids driving cars with no license. We told the community up. When we found out, boy, we can get a premium, we just went crazy. And it's like, hey, where's your parents at? Well, they weren't. It's like everybody. I had police bringing kids back to the house. Like, where you find Sabrina at? They say Sabrina was
off the cliff.
They say Sabrina was at Taco Bell trying to order a Big Mac. But it's good though. Like, I listen to these podcasts when I'm driving to work. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is hey, just make sure that I'm thinking the same way everybody else is thinking. Or somebody may say something and I go, you know what? Let me try it. Because part of what I used to do was run. Like, the stock price would be so close to me. I set my little alert. I had nobody tell me to be still. I'll be done paid $500 in premium back, and then the damn stock $5 below me, and I'm stuck. I done got juiced out of $500 and the stock done lost 500 in appreciation. I'm sitting there like, damn, like what is that? Are they just looking at my stock? Like, cause it felt like that. It felt like, damn, they just picking on me. Like, why you run up on me like that? Steal $500 from me and then go back home. That's basically what used to happen. But having that, you know, just that calm about you, right? Understand that, hey, this is all good, you know. It'll run up and it'll go back down. And you know, it happened to Gerald. I think Gerald and Jeanette was in a canoe together. And Gerald had Jeanette in a canoe, and he had took the canoe out that had the hole in the bottom.
Hey, but the next time I was saying, what was my phrase? Don't blink, it's coming back. Don't blink.
Don't blink. That's Gerald phrase. Don't blink.
Don't blink, it's coming back.
I would just say, hey, I'm not saying go open up no other trading account, but I am saying, hey, look at Tasty Trades, because if you don't like what come out of the washing machine with this TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab, you know, this may be a platform. These the same guys that created Thinkorswim, so it'd be not too far off from what you already know. So just saying, if you don't like it, this is a good place to go listen to some good podcasts, right? From some professionals, not people that think they know what they're doing. These guys, they know what they're talking about. So I urge you to, if you ain't listening to me or anybody, if you're not listening to each other, you ain't listening to me, you ain't listening to your spouse, listen to these guys. So it's been a very busy week. I think we over by, I figured it was gonna run long because we hadn't met in a while, but next week, I'm gonna try to get the day trader on, even if I can get on for like 30 minutes and we just throw questions at her, because she's probably gonna tell you guys about some stuff or techniques that she used. And I do wanna say this is her only income. She has no job. So she do things for survival, not for show and recognition. Like this is how she eat, so.
How long has she been doing it?
I think 7 or 8 years.
7 years, okay.
Yep, and she's with that group too, that Stocks and Stilettos group.
If she can help us, because she's probably looking more at hourly candlesticks, but if she can give us some information on that, I would be interested.
Yeah,
Understanding the patterns.
Yeah, I'll bring, and if during the course of the week, if you all have a question, so that we don't get her on a call and she got to go look it up and get back to us. If you think of something, just text it in the group chat and I'll write it down. And when I call her, I'll call her tomorrow, but I'll let her know, hey, I may send you some pre-qualifying questions so that we just don't catch you off guard. So she's prepared to answer some of the questions, and you know, like what's some of the podcasts she listened to, like some of the stuff that she do. You know, I'm interested in knowing, like, you know, hey, how you do certain things, because you know we had a little sideboard conversation, but I found out some of the stuff she was doing was like pretty interesting. So it's worth letting. And we also gonna have I'm gonna try to do like a guest speaker every month, somebody other than myself that's been doing it maybe a lot longer than me. Come onto the call and just talk through various things, share what they've been doing, how they've been doing it, what they're thinking about, that type of stuff. Keep it fresh.
That's what's up.
Hey,
Delos, I know we got some entrepreneurs on the Zoom here and some real estate investors. Y'all keep us in your prayers. Jeanette and I are excited to be closing on our second flip tomorrow at 4:00. So
all right, cool.
We about to hit the ground running, man, and it's the second one going down.
All right.
So Uncle G.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This indicator.
It's indicator, man. It's a strong zip code indicator that we've been wanting, and we're moving on it. Got the green light. Been working on crushing numbers, putting a team together and everything. So we're about to get at it.
Okay.
Good luck, man. Yeah, that's what I like. You know, we've done 2 flips too, and that's my thing. I'd rather do the flips, but you know, Evelyn wants to hold on to the properties for the rental and stuff. You know, but you know, I like to flip, man. Get your money and get out, and move on to the next one. You know?
Yeah, wash and repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Gonna pray for y'all and hope that y'all have a successful endeavor, which I know y'all will, because y'all could write a book at this point. Because that did everybody see those pictures of that amazing job that they did?
Yep.
They went through about everything a person could go through. You know what I mean? So they got chapters in that book. But it's a good thing though. See, sometimes it's good to go through that and not, you know, take things and you know, you think you know. Now Gerald and Jeanette know what they know.
Yeah. And some things were just unfortunate, you know, it was lessons in the game, but that was contractor based.
Yep. And we do now know that, hey, we're not gonna fly Chuck down there. Chuck say he know how to put it in the furnace, or he fixed the one at the Boys and Girls Club. No, we calling he pulling company. Chuck, we ain't using you, Chuck. Just letting you know.
Right.
Chuck, you cool and we ain't using you.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey,
Look.
Chuck, we gonna let you do the last thing.
Chuck's handyman service, man. Come on.
No, Chuck, I grew up with you.
Nah,
I know you ain't that handy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send y'all some pictures, man.
Hey,
That
Chuck, we
ain't
gonna,
4K, dog.
I'm gonna send you some pictures of work I did, man.
Then they used to have a
Chuck, we gonna
term.
use you
What
to
is
do
the term
returns.
called? Nigga rig.
Right.
Jack leg.
That man.
Chuck,
No,
we
you
gonna
can't.
use you to do the returns to the
Yeah,
store.
you can't send me no pictures